Good morning, guys. So Friday seems to be the day that I do these videos, so I'm going to call them my little Friday health coaching videos. But today I wanted to take the time to talk about how I walk my clients and my patients through goal setting. So the saying goes about Mondays that you never want to miss a Monday at the gym, Monday motivation, how Monday starts off your week. However, what about Friday? Friday is what starts off our weekend. So do you guys plan your weekend on Fridays? Do you plan for your upcoming week and what it's going to look like, or at least think about what it's going to look like? So I personally feel there's no better day than to start on a Friday, because Fridays are like the new Mondays to the weekend. So to get started with our goal setting exercise, I'm just going to take you through a couple of questions just so you get an idea of how I direct people to achieve their successes. So I first like to start off by asking the question, what is the hardest thing about this journey for you? It could be the fact that maybe your food habits have totally changed, or maybe you just started incorporating physical activity, or maybe it's lack of time. Time is a thing that gets in the way for a lot of people. So I want you to take out a pen and paper and start writing down the answer to these questions. So number one, what is the hardest thing about this for you? Number two, how do you feel about that? Are you frustrated? Is it sad? Is it upsetting? Is it exciting? Are you excited that finally you're going to break through these barriers? So write out how you feel about this situation. Then after that, how does the situation need to change in order for you to achieve your goals? So do you need more time? Do you need more energy? Do you need a coach to guide you through? Do you need a dietitian to direct you towards healthy choices? So tell me, what is it that you need, or what needs to change in order for you to achieve that success? Then after that, I usually allow people to see a vision of what they want their life to look like. And I'll give it a timeline. So I'll say, a year from now, what do you see your life looking like? How can you see it? And usually it's a little more broad, but it's usually a bigger goal I hear from clients or patients, just because they feel they have more time to achieve this. So they'll say, oh, I want to be down 50 pounds. I want to be, I don't know, riding that motorcycle or traveling across the country or having enough energy to do the things I love. So please right now take the time to write down where you want to be a year from now. And listen, there's no right answers with this. It's what you feel you can achieve and what you feel you want from your life, what's important to you. Then the second question, where do you want to be 6 months from now? So this goal might be a little bit smaller. It could be 25 pounds, or it could be, it could be more than that, but it just depends on how long you have to go on your journey. It could be the fact that you want to run a 5K, or I'm trying to think of other stuff. Honestly, it's just whatever your goals are. Maybe for me, it's that I want to learn a new piece of music and perfect it and not have to look at a page in order for me to see what the music is. Then the third thing, where do you want to be 3 months from now? So again, that goal gets smaller. And then where do you want to be next week? And these are simple things. It could be, I want to drink more water, or I want to start to change my mindset, and I want to be listening to meditation apps, calming apps. I want to be listening to the Habits of Health calls. So you tell me a small goal, where would you like to be? Then after that, we usually talk about the costs and the benefits for following through with a behavior. So what are the costs for going through with this behavior? It could be, again, that you have to spend time doing it, that you have to prepare, that it's a change, that it's different. However, usually the benefits outweigh the costs. So then I ask, what are the benefits? And their faces light up and they say, oh, well, I have the life that I've always dreamed of having. So it's kind of a no-brainer, but it's good to just outweigh the positives and negatives so you can have a clear picture of what it is you're doing and why you're doing this, why it's so important. Then how about your family and friends? Are they there to support you? In what ways can they continue to support you, or in what ways can they start supporting you? And it could be as simple as, oh, I just want them to motivate me, encourage me, or I just want them to learn about what I'm doing, so that way they have a clear picture and they understand me a little better. So don't be afraid to share what's going on in your life and your changes to your family. It's not annoying, it's not irritating. They love you and they want to be there for you. So now I bring them into the iSmart goal making. iSmart has specific guidelines with it, and I'll spell it out here, but how I begin with this is saying, what is the most important thing for you to work on right now? It's not about what your health coach thinks. It's not about what your dietitian thinks. It's about what you think is important in your life. And that could be, I mean, for me, it's sleep. I know I need more sleep, and I know I struggle sometimes, but I've been doing pretty well with getting at least 7 to 10 hours the majority of the week. So for me right now, the improvement is sleep. But for someone else, it could be nighttime eating. For someone else, it could be, again, making more time. For someone else, it could be preparing your foods in advance, drinking more water, increasing exercise. So what is the most important thing for you to work on? And then on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is it? If I hear that it is an 8, 10 being the most important, if I hear that it's an 8, I like to ask patients or clients, well, what would make it a 10? And most of the time they say, well, it could be, I don't know, that I have suddenly I have a disease, or suddenly I have something life-threatening. So just bringing those things to the surface. Then we need specificity. So how often, how much are you going to do, when are you going to do it, how do you plan on achieving this goal? We write it down on paper because, as the Habits of Health call said, I think it was a couple of Wednesdays ago, you're 42% more likely to achieve a goal if you write it down. Then we go into our confidence scale. So first we talk about the barriers, maybe what will stand in the way of you achieving this goal. And again, it could be work, it could be emergencies, but it's good to plan, and I like to call it disaster management. So it's good to plan just in case something happens that's out of our control, but it doesn't mean we can't have a backup plan. And then from there, we go to our confidence scale. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you that you can follow through with this decision? And usually I find that the confidence scale, confidence is a little bit lower. Sometimes people say 6, sometimes people say 7. And I say, well, what would make it an 8? What would make it a 9? And they usually say, it's if I actually follow through with it, or if I see myself following through with it. So sometimes, yes, we do need to see to believe, but confidence all comes from preparation. So the more we're prepared, the more likely we are to follow through with a behavior. I don't believe in the word willpower. I don't believe in forcing yourself to do something. What I do believe is having the tools so you are able to make an educated decision and then apply yourself and try it out, because it's not always going to work, and that's when you refer back to your iSmart plan. And then we test how long this experiment is going to go on for. Usually I give it a short period. So I'll start with say, hey, how about we just try this for the next 2 weeks? Or hey, how about we just try this for the next week? Or with some clients or patients who have been doing this for a while, let's give it a month. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how you do. And then we'll check in between. And then the most important part of this that a lot of people miss is rewarding yourself. So how will you reward yourself for following through with this behavior? And it cannot be food related. It would be something like maybe go to the spa, or maybe get a new shirt, or maybe get your nails done. But only you can decide what's important to you. So that's how I would bring a client through this goal setting. I would write these things down, and a lot of times they are very, very successful. And if their backup plans fail, well, guess what? We can just create new ones. So honestly, there is no failing with this. So again, to just introduce myself as I do with every video, my name is Michelle Robleski, and I am a registered dietitian nutritionist. I work at a private practice, but I'm also a health coach for a lifestyle change program that is absolutely incredible, and the results I've seen are fantastic. And I'm also a fitness instructor, and I love what I do. I teach Zumba, I teach Tabata boot camp, I teach Zumba for kids. So I really hope these videos serve you well, because I only create them to help more people and to reach more people to a healthy lifestyle, because I truly believe that health can be achieved by everyone. Sometimes we just need different routes. All right, guys, have a happy Friday, and I'll see you next Friday.